Can I welcome everyone to the fifth meeting in 2020 of the Delegated Powers and Law Reform Committee. First item of business is to propose that we take items 4 and 5 in private because they involve consideration of future reports. So do we agree to that? Okay. Agenda item 2, we're considering instruments subject to the affirmative procedure. We've got no points raised on the following draft instruments: the Census Scotland Order 2020, the Community Care Personal and Nursing Care Scotland Amendment Regulations 2020, the Alcohol Minimum Price per Unit Scotland Amendment Order 2020, and the Revenue Scotland and Tax Powers Act 2014 Amendment Regulations 2020. There are also 2 instruments stemming from the Public Appointments and Public Bodies, etc. Scotland Act 2003. They are the Treatment of Consumer Scotland and Specified Authority Order 2020 and the Amendment of Specified Authorities Order 2020. So is the committee content with these instruments? Okay. Thank you. Agenda item 3 is consideration of an instrument subject to the negative procedure. It's the National Health Service Charges to Overseas Visitors Scotland Amendment Regulations 2020 SSI 2020-17. The instrument makes provision to allow certain NHS services to be provided without charge for any overseas visitor who requires diagnosis or treatment for Wuhan novel coronavirus, and similar steps have been taken in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. The instrument was laid before Parliament on the 29th of January. It came into force on the 30th of January. This does not comply with a requirement in section 28.2 of the Interpretation and Legislative Reform Scotland Act 2010 that at least 28 days should elapse between the laying of an instrument subject to negative procedure and the coming into force of that instrument. The reasons for not complying are set out in a letter from the Scottish Government to the presiding officer dated the 29th of January. So is the committee content that the failure to comply with section 28 is acceptable in the circumstances? Thank you. Now, standing orders require the committee to draw the Parliament's attention to any failure to respect the 28-day laying requirement. So does the committee wish to draw the instrument to the attention of Parliament under reporting ground J for failing to comply with laying requirements? Okay, thank you, and I'll move the meeting into private.